I've lived through recessions, stagflation, and 3 stock market crashes. But nothing scared me more than the letter I got from the Social Security Administration last spring. Sit down, read every word of this, then share it with every person in your family who was born before 1966. Because what's coming in 2026 could change everything we planned for. 75 years on this earth taught me one thing: ignore the fine print, and it costs you dearly. And right now, there is some very dangerous fine print buried inside the future of Social Security that most people born before 1966 have absolutely no idea about. I didn't fully understand it myself until I sat down, read the trustees' report, and felt my stomach drop. Here is what they are not saying loudly enough on the evening news. The Social Security Trust Fund, the pool of money that pays our monthly benefits, is being drained faster than it is being refilled. Fewer workers are paying in, more retirees are drawing out, and the math, plain and simple, does not add up anymore. The latest projections now show that by 2033, that trust fund could be completely exhausted. But here is what makes 2026 the year we all need to pay attention. This is the window where Congress either steps in and fixes it, or they don't. And if they don't, federal law currently requires an automatic across-the-board benefit reduction of up to 21% for every single recipient. Not the wealthy, not some recipients, every recipient. Now think about what that means in real dollars. If you are receiving $1,800 a month today, a 21% cut takes $378 out of your check every single month. That is groceries. That is medication. That is the heating bill in January. For millions of Americans our age, that is not an inconvenience. That is a crisis. And the cruelest part? Most people in our generation are sitting completely unaware, trusting that the government will sort it out in time. That trust may be the most expensive mistake we ever make. Now I want to talk about something that I wish someone had sat me down and explained clearly before I made any decisions about when to claim. Because the age at which you claim Social Security is not just a date on a form. It is a financial decision that follows you for the rest of your life, every single month until the day you die. And most people get it wrong, not because they are careless, but because nobody ever broke it down for them in plain language. Here is the truth. If you claim Social Security at 62, the earliest age allowed, the government permanently locks in a reduced benefit. We are not talking about a small haircut. We are talking about a reduction of up to 30% below what you would have received at your full retirement age. That reduction does not reset. It does not recover. It stays with you forever. Every cost of living adjustment in the future gets calculated on top of that already reduced number, which means the gap between what you could have received and what you are actually receiving only grows wider with every passing year. On the other side of that coin, for every year you delay claiming past your full retirement age, up until age 70, your benefit grows by approximately 8%. That means someone who waits until 70 could be collecting up to 32% more every single month compared to someone who claimed at their full retirement age. In a climate where a potential 21% cut is already hanging over all of us, starting from the highest possible base number is not patience. It is protection. It is the smartest financial shield available to us right now. And if you have already claimed early, check whether your spouse has, because their decision is still on the table. The best time to think about this was years ago. The second best time is right now, today. Now this next one. This one nearly caught me completely off guard, and I have talked to enough people my age to know that I was far from alone. There is a rule buried inside the Social Security system that the government does not exactly advertise with a big flashing sign. And if you are still working, even part-time, even just to stay busy, even just to cover a few extra bills, and you are collecting Social Security before your full retirement age, this rule can quietly reach into your pocket and pull money right back out without you ever seeing it coming. It is called the earnings test, and here is how it works in plain terms. If you are collecting Social Security benefits before reaching your full retirement age, and your working income goes above $22,320 in 2026, the government reduces your benefit by $1 for every $2 you earn over that limit. So let us say you are bringing in $30,000 a year from part-time work. That is roughly $7,680 above the threshold. The SSA will withhold approximately $3,840 from your benefits that year. Just like that. Gone. And many people never even realize it happened until they notice their deposits are suddenly smaller and they cannot figure out why. Now, I want to be fair here, because there is a silver lining. Once you reach your full retirement age, that penalty disappears entirely. The government actually recalculates your benefit upward to account for the months that were withheld. So it is not permanently lost the same way an early claim reduction is. But here is the real danger. Most people in our situation are not planning around this rule because they simply do not know it exists. They are making work decisions, income decisions, and retirement decisions in the dark. And decisions made in the dark almost always cost more than decisions made in the light. Know the rules of the game you are already playing, because the penalty for ignorance here is paid in real dollars every single month. Now I need to talk about something that took me an embarrassingly long time to fully understand. And I say that as someone who has always considered himself a fairly careful man when it comes to money. For most of my working life, I thought of Medicare and Social Security as two completely separate things. Two different programs, two different buckets, two different sets of rules. And that assumption, that one simple, innocent assumption, is exactly the kind of thinking that can quietly cost someone in our position hundreds of dollars every single month without them ever connecting the dots. Here is the reality. Medicare Part B, the coverage that handles your doctor visits, outpatient care, and most of the medical services you rely on every single day, does not send you a separate bill. It comes straight out of your Social Security check automatically, before that money ever touches your bank account. So when that premium goes up, and in 2026 it has gone up again, your net Social Security deposit shrinks without anyone calling you, without anyone sending a warning letter, without anyone sitting across a table and explaining what just happened to your monthly income. But here is where it gets even more layered. For retirees whose income crosses certain thresholds, the government adds what is called an IRMAA surcharge, Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount. This is an additional premium on top of the standard Medicare cost, and it can run anywhere from a few extra dollars to several $100s more per month, depending on your income bracket. And the number they use to calculate that surcharge is not your income from this year. It is your income from 2 years ago. That means financial decisions you made in 2024, a home sale, an IRA withdrawal, a one-time distribution, could be silently inflating your Medicare costs right now in 2026 without you making the connection. What you earned 2 years ago is quietly shaping what you take home today. And most people never see that link until the damage is already done. And now, I want to end on something that sits the heaviest on my heart out of everything I have shared with you today. Because the previous points, the trust fund depletion, the claiming age penalties, the earnings test trap, the Medicare premium surprises, all of those carry real financial weight. But this last one carries something deeper than money. This one carries the weight of dignity. The dignity of people who gave everything to their families, stepped back from careers, raised children, supported spouses, and built lives that never showed up on a pay stub, but absolutely should have counted for something. And the truth is, it does count. The system accounts for it, but only if you know to ask. Spousal and survivor benefits are among the most powerful and most consistently unclaimed advantages in the entire Social Security system. If you are married, or if you have been married, you may be entitled to collect up to 50% of your spouse's Social Security benefit while both of you are still living. Not instead of your own benefit, in addition to comparing which option pays you more. And if you have lost a spouse, that survivor benefit can rise all the way to 100% of what your partner was receiving. For widows and widowers in our generation, particularly women who sacrificed years in the workforce to hold families together, this benefit can be the difference between financial stability and genuine hardship in the final chapters of life. But here is what makes this so painful. The Social Security Administration will not automatically give you what you are owed. They will not call you. They will not send a reminder. You have to walk in, ask the right questions, bring your marriage certificate, and claim what belongs to you. Millions of people are leaving this money untouched simply because nobody told them it was there waiting. Do not let that be you. Do not let that be someone you love. If this opened your eyes today, share it with everyone in your family, and make sure you are subscribed to Evergreen Wisdom, because this community exists for exactly this reason, to make sure none of us navigate these years alone or uninformed. I'm not sharing this to frighten anyone. I'm sharing this because nobody handed me a roadmap at 65, and I had to learn most of this the hard way, sometimes at a real cost. The people born before 1966 built this country. We worked, we paid in, and we deserve every dollar we earned. But the system won't protect you on its own anymore. You have to protect yourself and each other. Share this with your children, your siblings, your neighbors. Make one phone call this week to review your Social Security statement at ssa.gov. 1 hour of attention today could mean thousands of dollars protected for the rest of your life. We didn't come this far to be caught off guard now.